It seems to be the case. Our little wrecking Dynaball called Scott Wade has turned around and dictating that that all clubs down the track will have to have nominated AFL Tas reps on their board. And anyone who runs any business proposition would say that equity in a football club is managed by the members, and to have members not able to elect boards is brain dead.
Is this something that's just come about recently, or is this something that you were aware of months ago?
I think it's probably a strategy of Scott. Scott's a footballer. He only sees things in black and white. You know, he doesn't have a cricket perspective where you need to be strategic about change management and things like that. He's got to understand that the clubs are actually owned by its members, and the members do have carriage. He's got to understand his competition's got to be community relevant. If he wants an aspirational competition, or just where you get your top little kids playing, they can play at Gilston Bay at 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning. He needs to grow up, or more ideally, move on.
You're obviously quite upset about where all this could possibly lead to at the moment.
Well, that's right. Back in 2005, and I've been the chairman of North Hobart for 9 years, 2002 to 2009. Back in 2005, he introduced a Hall of Fame where North Hobart was the first great club inducted. Now, 7 years later, he wants to collapse it. So that's irresponsible and bad management. The other thing that Scott has this perception about is that AFL Tas own the competition. AFL Tas don't own the competition because when North Hobart, one of the first clubs to sign on to go to the new statewide league, it was about they manage. Now, managing and owning are two different concepts, and he's been quite mischievous, misleading, trying to say that he owns the competition.
It just seems that there's new things coming up all the time that just suddenly appear from anywhere.
He's a wrecking ball. Let's look at his record. He was in charge of the last statewide league that went down to Gurgler. Also, too, clubs did have some responsibility in that. Ruined the Mariners, ruined the Devils, got rid of the reserves competition, and now he's getting rid of clubs that are solvent. And the simple fact was he was caught asleep at the wheel when he was transitioning Hobart down to Kingborough and couldn't deliver.
Right, so where do you think this is all going to lead? You know, if you look at the crystal ball, do you think he's playing silly buggers at the moment by coming out? Apparently, Hobart are in. That's the rumour doing the rounds at the moment.
Well, the analogy that I could use is that, you know, you've got a good broodmare and you put it to a stallion. You know, the most reasonable expectation is that you get a horse, a foal at the end. But if you turn around and get a cow or a calf, you know, so if Hobart is silly enough to put up 600 odd grand of their equity to have something that doesn't even resemble an old Hobart football club, stupid and silly and just a cash grab from Mr. Wade.
So the rumour, as I said, is that Hobart are in, and that so therefore North Hobart are out. Where will North Hobart play next year?
Well, just to clarify your thing that Hobart are in, I mean Hobart aren't in because this is a whole new club. They just want Hobart's money. Well, I mean he hasn't even got a guarantee of a licence, and who's going to operate a licence down at Kingborough? I mean, ask Kingborough Footy Club, ask Huonville Football Club, Cygnet Football Club about their commitment to new licence. Where's he going to get these volunteers? Where's he going to get the start-up capital? You know, the man's deranged.
Maybe we should go and ask Scott that.
Look, Duff, you could ask him if he could tell you the truth for half an hour. That'd be good. You could interview him the next day. You'll probably change it. So.